Hello everyone and welcome back to the FRC Historian. Today I'm going to be talking about another response that I got off of that poll. So if you haven't, please put ideas in there. If you already have put one in there and you have another one, let me know. There is no limit to how many you can put in there. Thank you to all 6 of you who have responded. And this one's about, given a game's ability of defense, how does that affect the game itself? So I'm going to contrast 2 different games, 2015 and 2016, for reference. So in 2015, part of what First did was they had the idea of, what if you had 2 alliances, one on either side, that can't play defense against each other, and the goal of the game is to score as many points as possible. That's what came out to be, except in the autonomous period, there were 4 cans stacked, and your goal was to get as many as you could in Auton, because if you missed out, you could be screwed over, because in eliminations, it was no longer 1 faces 8, 2 faces 7, so on and so forth, except in the Cheesy Champs. It was, you get the highest average score, and then the highest 4 move on to semis, highest 2 move on to finals, and then the winner wins, making only 2 matches or 3 matches played actually where the winner and loser actually matters. So that was part of it, and it was my favorite game. Some people liked it, a lot of people think it wasn't the best game in FRC history, and part of it was also that there was very little upsets, with the highest amount of rank 1 wins of any year, as well as many times where there were an alliance, the best rank 1 would always be in the first position. They'd pick the second best, and that would be the end of the competition, with one alliance making it to the finals, being proclaimed the finalist, and that was all there was to it. So now let's look at 2016. A complete change in another direction, what I consider a little bit of a better direction, where teams were allowed to play that way, where teams would have an equal playing field when it came to defenses that you were able to choose, which made it harder for the other alliance, as well as the audience selecting, choosing which one you want the robots playing to go against. And then after that, there was shooting, where defense actually played an integral role, making it so that there were actually many upsets throughout the year, much more than 2015. Now let me talk about reference for a second. What if at the beginning of 2016's game, there were 4 green boulders, and during autonomous you had to grab them, and each green boulder was worth 20 points, it'd tally up or 40 points in autonomous if you're able to score it. So you're obviously going to try and get them, but then for the rest of the match, a curtain's pulled between the field, and then your goal is to score as many points as possible. Of course, I know how the driver stations work, you couldn't actually do that, but at the same time, what if that happened where your goal is to score as many points as possible? It'd be a lot more boring, because in 2016, defense was an integral part. What if this year so far there was that as well? It would be a lot more boring, because defense is such an integral part. So for all the years like 2014, also, there's so many games where defense has been an integral part of it, except in 2015. And in these other years, there's many times where, say, a 7th or 6th alliance makes it to the finals, or even wins it, which isn't something that happens all the time. Let's look at the Newton division, where 217 took on the Cheesy Poofs in 1241 and won in the finals due to efficient defense. Of course, they got out in the quarterfinals of Einstein, but they were able to play effective defense and take down the Cheesy Poofs, who in 2 years ago had won Worlds as the undisputed world champion. And how I think it makes the excitement of the games, it's more fun when you don't know who's going to win, because when an 8th alliance wins, that's one of the best things to watch as a spectator, one of the scariest things to watch as the rank 1, but at the same time, it makes it more exciting to watch as a spectator sport. And sometimes that even amounts to a dynasty of sorts, where 177 didn't win every single competition as rank 1. Sometimes they won as 6 or lower on. Whereas the Citrus Circus has won every single one except for one as the first alliance, with the other one being the second alliance in 2018. So it's fun to watch these upsets as a spectator sport. Because when people like to watch robotics, when I show them the robotics, it's fun to watch 2 robots send a defense bot out. And I remember watching competitions in 2016 where they'd send a defense bot out, and for instance, in the Michigan State Finals in 2016, Team Ignition, once they weren't dead after the second match, they played effective defense against 5150 and Torque, doing an exceptional job, winning them the state championship. So that's what I feel about it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Please give me any more ideas if you have them. Thank you for listening, and let's look forward to week 3. Last night, the Cheesy Poofs robot was revealed. I'm looking forward to watch Central Valley Regional, and then watch OP in 1241 in week 4.